All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. My name is Dave Little, and it is great to be back online with Heartland Championship Wrestling. We are coming to you live from Portland, Oregon, with action from West Coast Championship Wrestling, and tonight's show began with some major announcements about the West Coast Championship Wrestling territory. It is no longer dedicated to Ring of Honor superstars. It is going to be open to independent superstars from anywhere on Earth. And we have already seen some ECW guys come into the fray, some NWA superstars. AEW has been represented, as well as the NXT faction from the World Wrestling Entertainment. So far tonight, our opening matchup saw a couple of ECW stars going at it as Supernova came up with the victory over Justin Credible. Tag team action was next with the team of Brian Myers and Matt Cardona, previously known in the WWE as Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, respectively, picking up a win over the Super Smash Brothers, Player Uno and Player Dos, who are now part of AEW's Dark Order. Then we saw Keith Lee in singles action with a big victory in a hard-fought match over the Luchasaurus. More ECW action followed with Rob Van Dam defeating Steve Corino in an exciting match. And in the last match prior to the broadcast, it was the team of Royce Isaacs and Tom Latimer, known as the Wild Cards, most recently seen in the NWA Power Federation, with a big win over Generation Next, Austin Aries and Roderick Strong. It looked like Aries and Strong had that match well under control, but they could not put away the Wild Cards, and Isaacs finally defeated Aries using his Hush Money finisher. Now we have live action from Portland, starting off with two legendary independent superstars, Bryan Danielson taking on Shane Douglas. And this is a match with title implications, as the winner of this will get a number one contenders match and the possibility for a shot at what is now known as the West Coast Heavyweight Championship, held by Nick Aldis. So we'll say hello to Thomas Morgan and Philip Reynolds in the chat room. Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome to action from Portland from West Coast Championship Wrestling. And we are ready for action. A couple of rules changes for 2021 in West Coast Championship Wrestling. First of all, in West Coast Championship Wrestling, there will be no disqualifications. Every match, no disqualification. And secondly, for all of my federations in 2021, I have decided to get rid of the house rule allowing the 3-count pin rolls. That just got too confusing both on the tabletop and on the broadcasts. We're going to stick to the book with Filsinger pin rules, meaning that the lower pin number plus the fatigue tokens plus the finisher will be the one and only pin roll, and you will have one chance to hit that roll or not hit that roll. All right, and with those rules change having been announced, it is Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, against the franchise Shane Douglas in our first contest of the night. And the opening initiative roll is tied, and that means we go to the Shenanigans book from Play.com, the Face to the Mat Highlight Center booklet. And since that is an even roll, it will be Shane Douglas rolling in the book with a 4-2. Is Shane Douglas a cheater? Indeed, he is a cheater. If yes, gross misconduct, disqualification, opponent awarded decision. There are no disqualifications in West Coast Championship Wrestling. So Shane Douglas gets away with whatever shenanigans he pulled on Bryan Danielson, and Shane Douglas will open this match on level 3 offense. Douglas in control after a cheap shot to the eyes of Bryan Danielson. And it is a pile driver from Shane Douglas. Danielson drops down hard to the canvas, slow to get up. Douglas is on him with a gourd buster, and down goes Danielson again. Douglas in control. He follows that up with an inverted rolling neck snap. And this time Danielson goes down and stays down. Nice technical move by Shane Douglas. He is a cheap shot artist, but he is also a fine technical wrestler in that ring. And he has got Danielson at his mercy in the early goings of this match. And it is going to be a series of rolling suplexes from Douglas, keeping in control. And Douglas will follow that up with another gourd buster, and Danielson down hard to the mat once again. Down goes Danielson, slow to get to his feet. Douglas is on him with some cocky taunts to the crowd here in Portland, and it's a running knee lift from Douglas. And oh, Douglas spent too much time taunting as Danielson is able to get away from that one, and it is Danielson now taking control. Danielson to the middle turnbuckle. He comes off with a missile drop kick, and Douglas sidesteps that one. Reversal for Douglas. Douglas now in control with another gourd buster, and down hard to the canvas again goes Danielson. As Thomas Morgan says, sometimes that book makes no sense when I play face to the mat. Probably true, but still it's a fun little wrinkle to add to the plot lines, and it's certainly got Shane Douglas off to a good start in tonight's matchup. Douglas now back in control with another of those inverted rolling neck snaps, and Danielson again hits hard and goes down and stays down. Douglas now in control on level 3 offense, and this time it is another pile driver. Danielson was able to tuck the neck, didn't get all of that one, but Douglas is still in control with another running knee lift, and that one he hits squarely on the temple of Danielson, and Danielson goes down. Douglas has been in control of this match from the outset, and what's he going to do now? Another series of rolling suplexes. Takes Danielson up and down hard to the canvas. Following up is Douglas with a back suplex up and down hard to the canvas. Punishing Danielson. Danielson still slow to get to his feet, and there's another rolling neck snap. And Douglas is working on the neck of Danielson. He's hit a couple of those neck snaps and a pile driver, and Danielson is still got no momentum whatsoever going in this match. Here's another big back suplex from Douglas, and down hard to the mat goes Danielson. Douglas follows that up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Into the turnbuckle goes Danielson, and on a roll of 9, it is a big kick from Douglas to the side of the head of Danielson. Danielson is stunned. Douglas remains in control with another whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Danielson, and oh, this time it is a knee to the head from Danielson as Douglas charged in, and Danielson now takes control. Danielson comes back with a dragon suplex, knocking Douglas down hard to the canvas. Danielson took all of Shane Douglas's best shots, and it is Danielson now who has taken control. He saw his opportunity, and he turned the tables. Missile drop kick from Danielson. Douglas is staggered. Another missile drop kick. This one didn't get all of it. Douglas gets to his feet. Danielson with an elbow smash, and that staggered Douglas. Danielson now with a surfboard stretch, trying to slow things down. Douglas able to get to his feet and get to the ropes, and we'll have a collar and elbow tie-up once again in the center of the ring after the referee is forced to break that hold. This time it is Douglas who grabs a front face lock on Danielson, trying to work that neck some more, but Danielson's going to reverse that. And it is Danielson coming back with a whip out of through the ropes and out of the ring, and Danielson is going to take a suicide dive to the outside of the ring, and he nails Shane Douglas on the arena floor. Action on the arena floor as we say hello to Michael Peterson and Sports Time Machine. Shane Douglas and Bryan Danielson duking it out on the arena floor. And oh, it is a big move from Shane Douglas as he drops Danielson with a pile driver on the arena floor. We could see a count out here. Actually, we won't, because it's only a roll of 1 that would be a count out. But that will cost Danielson a point of fatigue, and Douglas is now back in control as action returns to the ring. And now it's going to be the belly-to-belly suplex. Douglas hits the belly-to-belly. That's a +1 finisher. And on a roll of 3 or lower, Danielson is pinned. And on a roll of 4, he just kicks out. Danielson just kicks out. Douglas still in control. What's he going to do now? It's going to be the Pittsburgh plunge. Douglas to the top rope and nails the Pittsburgh plunge. That's a 0 finisher. So again, on a roll of 3 or lower, that's a pin. And Danielson kicks out of this one easily. But Danielson is hurting. And Douglas is in control of this in a big way. Douglas with another Pittsburgh plunge. And on a roll of 11, Danielson kicks out of that one with authority. The fans here in Portland getting behind Danielson as Douglas continues to punish him, just dominating this action since the opening cheap shot. Douglas now with a pile driver, down hard onto the neck goes Danielson. Douglas with a cover. The pin roll is a 5 or lower, but on a roll of 9, Danielson kicks out again. Danielson showing great resilience now, having collected 5 fatigue tokens, and Douglas showing no signs of letting up. Another pile driver. This time Danielson is able to get to one knee after the impact of that blow. But it is another back suplex from Douglas, and down hard to the canvas again goes Danielson. Danielson just unable to get any sustained offense mounted against Douglas as Douglas continues to punish his foe. Here's a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Danielson, and this time it is Danielson who bounces off the turnbuckle and catches Douglas with a skull-splitting running lariat. Down goes Douglas. And he is staggered. Danielson now in control. Danielson with another dive to the outside of the ring, and Douglas goes down and stays down. He's going to have to crawl back into the ring just to beat the 10 count. Danielson is there waiting. And Danielson is going to attempt a suicide dive. He cannot get over there in time. Douglas comes back, and on the arena floor, it is Douglas who wins the brawl. Shane Douglas caught Danielson coming out for a suicide dive, got him by the neck, and just dropped him face down onto the concrete floor. And it is Douglas now rolling Danielson back into the ring. Here's the Pittsburgh plunge. The pin roll is a 6 or lower, and on a roll of 5, he got it. How about that? Shane Douglas is your winner here tonight with a major dominant victory over BRYAN Danielson. So Shane Douglas earns himself a #1 contenders match with the possibility of a shot at now the West Coast heavyweight champion Nick Aldis. All right, a fine battle there in our opening contest, surprisingly dominated by Shane Douglas with a win over BRYAN Danielson. All right, as we say hello to the chat room again, we'll catch up. Yes, indeed, rest in peace to one Butch Reed. The wrestling world lost another epic competitor today in Butch Reed. So rest in peace, Hacksaw Butch Reed, and our condolences to his family and friends. Or as my old buddy Jim would say, Butch Reed today joined the Pearly Gates Wrestling Federation. All right, our next match is tag team contest. And this is a #1 contenders match. Your current West Coast tag team champions are the Briscoe brothers. And the winners of this match will get a shot against the Briscoe brothers for the West Coast Tag Team Championship. In the corner to my left, the team of Claudio Castagnoli and Chris Hero, collectively known as the Kings of Wrestling. In the corner to my right, managed by the lovely and dangerous, indeed the lovely and dangerous Veda Scott, it is the team of Brody Lee and Eddie Kingston, collectively known as the Alpha Dogs. Speaking of rest in peace, certainly the wrestling community continues to mourn the passing of Brody Lee, gone too young at the age of 41 as a result of idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis late in 2020. All right, so these two teams are squaring off now with a title shot on the line. And it will be Hero starting things off for the Kings against his longtime nemesis Eddie Kingston for the Alpha Dogs. These two have a very long history with each other of very contentious feud between these two men. and it is Hero who gains the advantage on the opening initiative roll. And he is going to go with a shoulder block, and that knocks Kingston back a step. Hero follows that up with a chop to the chest. Oh, he stung the chest of Kingston, but Kingston is going to stand there and take it like a man. And he yells at Hero, "Is that all you got?" And Hero chops him again. And this time Kingston is staggered and knocked backwards. Chris Hero gaining control with that chop, and he is going to catch Kingston by the neck and drop him across the knee with a cravat buster. And Kingston goes down and stays down. Good move by Hero to hit the cravat buster there. And we're going to have Claudio into the ring now, and we're going to see a double team. And on a roll of 9, it is a running forearm smash from Claudio to Kingston off of the double team chart. And Claudio takes control over Eddie Kingston. Claudio with a running knee lift. And Kingston is staggered. Claudio follows that up with the giant swing. Ah, yes, indeed. The famous giant swing popularized by Claudio Castagnoli, the self-professed king of swing. He's going to follow that up with an attempt at a Cobra suplex. And on a roll of 5, he hits it. And down goes Kingston again. Kingston is taking a beating in the early stages of this match. And Claudio is going to follow that up with the Ricola Bomb. That is a finisher. And on Snake Eyes, Eddie Kingston will be pinned. But on a roll of 7, he kicks out of that one, and the match continues. Claudio hit the Ricola Bomb early in this match. He's going to bring Hero back into the match for another double team. And on a roll of 6, it is a bone-crushing double clothesline from the Kings on Eddie Kingston. And Kingston once again goes down. Veda Scott looking on at ringside, slapping the mat, very concerned about the performance of her men, the Alpha Dogs, as Hero takes control with a running elbow strike. And Kingston goes down once again. Kingston in some trouble here. Here's another running elbow strike, and Kingston is down again. Back to the ring comes Claudio. Here's another double team, and this time it is a face-first double suplex. Down goes Kingston. Claudio goes for the cover. The pin roll is a 2, but on a 6, he kicks out of that one, and Kingston is still in big trouble here. He would love to get over and make the tag to his partner, Brody Lee. Claudio follows up with a European uppercut, and Kingston rolls out of the ring, and this is where Kingston is his most dangerous. And on a roll of 8, it is going to be the helpless crawl back into the ring as Claudio wisely keeps his position in the ring and forces Kingston to come back into the ring ahead of the 10 count. So no advantage gained by Eddie on that roll. And another European uppercut from Claudio staggers Kingston back a couple of steps. Claudio follows that up with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Eddie Kingston. And on a roll of 10, it is a big European uppercut, flying European uppercut from Claudio, and that takes Kingston down once again. Kingston down again, and Claudio is this time they're going to go for the tag team maneuver, the KRS-1. That's a double team, and that is a +1 finisher. So the pin roll now is a 4. But on a roll of 5, Kingston just kicks out. Kingston still barely able to survive this beating, but he keeps kicking out, and he is not showing any signs of stepping backwards. As Hero pitches Kingston out of the ring. Here we go again. These two do not like each other. And this time, it is on a roll of 12. That is a crushing, roaring elbow by Chris Hero on the arena floor. We may see a count out here. On a roll of 4 or lower, this will be a count out. But on a roll of 5, once again, Kingston makes it back into the ring ahead of the 10 count. And we are going to see now Brody Lee hit the ring, as he has seen enough, and he is going to come in on the outside interference chart. And on a roll of 7, Brody Lee attacks Chris Hero, and a wild brawl erupts. Lee and Hero duking it out in the center of the ring. And on a roll of 2, it is Lee who wins the brawl. And that gives Kingston the opportunity to get in an offensive move finally. And he's just going to throw Hero out of the ring. And he is not going to pursue Hero out of the ring. He is just going to tag in Brody Lee, as the Kings have used as the Alpha Dogs have used one of their pin save rolls for that outside interference. As Hero returns to the ring where Brody Lee is waiting. Lee now goes for a big choke slam. Down to the canvas hard goes Chris Hero on the choke slam. He's going to try another power move. He's going to try a Cobra Clutch suplex. That's a choice roll. And on a roll of 12, Hero escapes from the choke slam attempt. And it is Hero who fires back with a vicious stomp to the knee of Brody Lee coming in. And Lee is knocked backwards. Hero follows that up with a leaping senton smash into Brody Lee. Hero's going to follow up. He is going to try for a Scorpion Deathlock. He needs a choice roll, and on a roll of 11, that is indeed successful. And it is Lee who is forced to stagger away to finally make it to the bottom ropes and force the break of that Scorpion Deathlock. The Kings have all the momentum in this match. As Hero comes into the ring, coming after Brody Lee with another running knee lift. Boy, Hero has lots of choice chances on his card here, it seems. He hits the running knee lift, and now he is going to go for a standing drop kick on a roll of 11 or lower. He hits it. And this time Brody Lee is dazed, does not leave his feet. Hero tags into Claudio. And Claudio comes back into the ring. Claudio, with a belly-to-back suplex, takes Brody Lee down to the canvas. And oh, Brody Lee just gets right back up. That did not affect him at all. Lee took a hard suplex down to the canvas and just popped right up. He no-sold that one and comes back with a knee smash to Claudio, and that backs up Claudio. Another knee smash from Lee, and that drops Claudio to one knee. The follow-up here is a package pile driver from Brody Lee, and Claudio has been staggered. Lee now, the biggest, strongest man in this match, taking control. It's not easy to overpower a man as strong as Claudio Castagnoli. Brody Lee is one of the few who can get that done. Here's a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Claudio, and on a roll of 9, it is a big kick from Brody Lee that takes down Claudio once again. Lee now in control. Lee with a super kick. Very agile for a big man was Brody Lee. Claudio is stunned by that one. Tries to make the tag and cannot get over to his corner of the ring. Lee with another attempted whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Claudio. And on a roll of 11, Claudio bounces forward off the turnbuckle, and Lee nails him with an incredible neck-breaking clothesline. Down goes Claudio to the mat hard. Lee now in control. He is going to whip Claudio out of the ring, where the shenanigans will begin again. What's Claudio going to do out there? On a roll of 11, that is bad news for Claudio as Lee comes out of the ring and nails Claudio with a big boot to the head, taking Claudio down. And on a roll of snake eyes, this will be a count-out loss for Claudio. But on a roll of 9, he's able to get back into the ring and the match continues. But Brody Lee is loaded for bear and ready to do more damage to Claudio as Claudio returns to the ring. Here's a whip into the ring steps. Claudio hits hard and tumbles out of the ring once again. Can he get over back into the ring and make the tag to Hero? No, he cannot. And it is Lee in control outside of the ring. But on a roll of 3, it is Claudio who grabs Brody and reverses that whip and sends Brody careening off of the ring steps. Oh my goodness. As we say hello to Randy Pendell in the chat room. Claudio now in control with the Royal Power and Glory. That is a combination of a move with Chris Hero. That's a tag team move, and that will be a pin on a roll of 4 or lower. And on a roll of 4, he got him. How about that? Brody Lee is pinned by Claudio Castagnoli. as a result of that royal power and glory. Congratulations to the Kings of Wrestling, Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli, as they are your winners here in tonight's #1 contenders match, and they will face off against another team of longtime rivals, the Briscoe brothers, for the West Coast Tag Team Championship. So Claudio and Hero exchanging congratulations. You may know Claudio if you're a fan of WWE. He is now wrestling in WWE under the name of Cesaro. But he was trained by Chris Hero. They were a tremendous tag team in the Ring of Honor days, known collectively as the Kings of Wrestling, before Cesaro turned WWE and Hero turned fat. But they were a great tag team in their Ring of Honor days. They are your winners here tonight over the team of Brody Lee and Eddie Kingston. And that brings us to our main event of the evening. This is for the West Coast Heavyweight Championship. Excuse me, the Hollywood Heavyweight Championship. The Hollywood Heavyweight Championship is the secondary title now in the West Coast Championship Wrestling territory. This was formerly known as the Ring of Honor Television Championship. It is now the Hollywood Heavyweight Championship, and this man, Adam Page, the Hangman, holds that title proudly. But he faces the challenge tonight of a very capable contender in this man, Matt Riddle, the original King of Bros. This Matt Riddle card is from back in his Evolve days, back in 2018, before his ascent to prominence in World Wrestling Entertainment. So here we have it. It is your main event of the evening for the Hollywood Heavyweight Championship, as Adam Page squares off against Matt Riddle. And here we go. And the opening initiative roll goes to Matt Riddle. What's Riddle going to do here? Riddle from nearby Las Vegas, Nevada, is going to start things off with a roundhouse kick, and he nails Adam Page in the ribs with that kick. And quickly, Page goes down. He got all of that one. Riddle is going to follow that up with a whip out of the ring, and we're going to see a suicide dive. The West Coast Championship Wrestling is the only territory where the suicide dive chart comes into play. First we roll to see whether Riddle can execute the suicide dive. That requires a roll of 2 to 6. But on a roll of 8, that means Hangman is able to get out of the way and avoid the suicide dive. So we'll try that again perhaps later in the match. But we'll use the standard out of the ring chart for this situation, as Page is out of the ring. And on a roll of 9, it is Riddle who wins the brawl outside of the ring. He hits a running knee smash, and Page is forced to come back into the ring to beat the 10 count with Riddle ready and waiting. Riddle with a fisherman's buster, and down goes Page. Riddle follows that up with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Adam Page. And on a roll of 6, Riddle drops down and Page bounces off the opposite ropes, comes back again, and on a roll of 6, it's another drop down. What's going to happen now? On a roll of 4, this time it is Page who is the more eager of the two men, as Riddle sets his head too soon. Page picks him up, grabs him, and drops him to the canvas with an awesome pile driver, and down goes Riddle. Nice reversal there by Page. He got the best of that series of moves. And now it is going to be the rite of passage. That level 0 finisher for Adam Page. So on a roll of 2, we'll have a pinfall. But on a roll of 9, Riddle gets out of that situation and takes the first fatigue token of the match. Page with a double finisher. Both 5 and 6 are a rite of passage, which is a 0 finisher. And now on a roll of 6, Page is going to try that again. And again, Riddle is able to successfully get out of that, but the fatigue is starting to mount for Matt Riddle. Here's Page again, this time with a rolling neck breaker, dropping Riddle down to the canvas. Riddle to one knee. Page follows that up with a fireman's carry backbreaker down to the canvas. But Riddle slips out the back door of that one. And on the reversal, it is Riddle with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Adam Page. On a roll of 10, it is a running double clothesline. Both men are down. The result is that the wrestler with the better ropes rating recovers first. That would be Riddle, and it is Matt Riddle who rolls on level 3 offense. Riddle is going to go for another whip out of the ring and another attempt at a suicide dive, and this time on a roll of 4, Riddle can go to the chart. The result of the chart is a 5. You come over the top rope with a slingshot plancha, sending the opponent into the guardrails. You throw the opponent back into the ring and roll on level 3 offense. So Riddle hits the slingshot plancha, planting Page on the arena floor, and Page is forced to crawl back into the ring where Riddle is ready and waiting. And this time it's going to be a death jump. Riddle to the top turnbuckle. Riddle off the top turnbuckle with a roll of 7, and he connects on a roll of 7. On the death jump chart, which is a flying clothesline off the top rope, and down goes Page. Another death jump coming up. And this time on a roll of 3, it is Page who rolls through the attempted death jump, puts Riddle's shoulders onto the canvas, and he'll pin him on a count of 4. And on a roll of 6, he got out of that one. Good alert move there by Adam Page, rolling through the flying cross body block, catching Riddle with an inside cradle, and an ear fall for Page. Page now is in control, and he is going to whip Riddle out of the ring. Will we see a suicide dive here on a roll of 4? Yes, we will. Page goes to the air. Riddle is stunned. Page attempts the dive, but Riddle moves out of the way. Page catches himself, and we go to the standard out of the ring chart for Matt Riddle. Riddle is on the defense here outside of the ring, and on a roll of 10, it is Page with a steel chair. Page couldn't hit the suicide dive, but he does whack Riddle with a steel chair. There are no disqualification rolls in West Coast Championship Wrestling. So Page is back in the ring and back in control. And here is another death jump coming from Adam Page. On a roll of 9, that's a hit. Let's see, death jump B, roll of 9. That's a flying clothesline from Adam Page that takes Riddle back down to the canvas. Page follows that up with another rite of passage. The pin roll is a 5, but on a roll of 7, Riddle kicks out of that one. The match continues with Page in control. Page goes once again to the whip out of the ring. Will he try the suicide dive? No, he cannot get to the suicide dive on time. We go to the standard out of the ring chart, but on a roll of 8, it is Riddle and the helpless crawl to get back into the ring ahead of the 10 count. Riddle wants this Hollywood Heavyweight Championship. The new belts were unveiled at the beginning of tonight's show, and they are something special. But Page is in control. Here's another rite of passage. The pin roll is a 6, and on a roll of snake eyes, he got him. That is your winner. Adam Page successfully defends the Hollywood Heavyweight Championship with a win over Matt Riddle using the rite of passage. Maybe somebody in the chat room remembers what that was. I might have to look that up here myself. Let's see what we can find. Adam Page, rite of passage. Let's just see what that was. Got a little video clip here from Twitter on the Flippy Pro website. Don't miss what's happening. People on Twitter are always the first to know. I am not a Twitter guy myself. But let's see what this move looks like on the video clip. Waiting. Oh, okay. It is a Page picks up the wrestler in a double leg takedown, puts him over his back and drops him backwards in a, I guess a sort of a backpack pile driver type of maneuver. So that is your move by Page, and that pins Matt Riddle. And we have a winner in tonight's main event, and that man is the Hangman Adam Page, your reigning and defending and still Hollywood heavyweight champion. All right, everybody, thanks for coming out for wrestling tonight. Thank you to Thomas Morgan, to Mike Sports Time Machine, to Randy Pendell, Philip Reynolds, and I believe that's everybody, and Michael Peterson. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. It's now called the Deadeye. Okay, thank you, Sports Time Machine, for the update, as that is the winning move for Adam Page. Page in AEW now uses the buckshot lariat, which is a really dynamic. He flips himself over the top rope and uses that momentum to carry himself forward into a running lariat. Very impressive move, but the rite of passage is now known as the Deadeye, and that was the finisher that Adam Page was assigned on his Ring of Honor Best in the World card back in the 2016 Filsinger Games set. So we all learned something tonight. Again, rest in peace to Butch Reed, rest in peace to Brody Lee, and to all who joined us here on the channel. We wish you all health and happiness. And from the Dave Cave, this is Dave Little signing off and saying that's our stream, and I am out of here.